What's up, guys? Today we're talking about fake silver. That is the topic of the video. So quick background on this piece of fake silver. I did a trade with someone, a knife trade, and they threw in a couple pieces of silver, just like scrap silver, just for the weight value basically. That nice ring and a couple little necklaces and stuff. And this was a bonus. He just kind of threw this in because it was laying around. This is someone who I've been, dealing with the trades and talking to on Instagram. Really nice guy. He does gunsmithing, and occasionally he'll get stuff from customers as payment. You know, people like to barter. You know, it's like, hey, I got this. You want this instead for paying for your services? And yeah, he takes some random things. So I'm sure he had some silver maybe from a customer or something. But anyway, he was doing the deal, and he just kind of threw in this extra piece just because. And he had no idea that it even had, Tiffany's markings on it all. He, honestly, if he saw those Tiffany's, he probably wouldn't even throw it in there as a bonus. Would have assumed that it was worth something, But he thought it was just, a piece of silver for melt value. So in getting the silver, I always weigh everything and I inspect it, just kind of look at it and stuff. And looking at this piece, initially I didn't really think much of it. If you look at the front here, all right. You see it is nice and shiny, but so is real silver, right? And you have some markings here, New York, Tiffany's, it's got the address and stuff. It's got like a little wave to it. Of course, the marking on the back, 925, right? For sterling silver, 92.5% pure silver. Or at least that's what they want you to think. So I actually showed this to Christina. I didn't think anything of it. I really didn't even suspect it of not being real. It was just in the pile of the other stuff. And while I was weighing and stuff, I turned and I showed Christina this piece, and I said, "Oh, do you want this? Because like I'm just going to keep it with my scrap silver, but if it's something pendant you're actually going to wear or something, you can have it." And she looked at it for 2 seconds, handed it back. She's like, "Oh, that's fake." And I said, "What? What do you mean it's fake?" She's like, "Yeah, clearly it's fake." I mean, look at. She pointed out that the ring that's on top here is kind of like it looks like it's soldered on. And I really just didn't think much of that. But I'm like, oh, you know what, maybe. I don't know. You think they would be finished a little bit better, I guess, if it was Tiffany's? So I did a little bit of research, and about 5 or 6 minutes later, I came across this piece. Only it's a discontinued piece from Tiffany's, but the actual real Tiffany's version does not have a soldered-on ring. That would be a very weak point. They literally just drilled a hole on top here, okay? So that was kind of a huge red flag. I'm like, oh, geez, all right, so it's a fake Tiffany's piece, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's fake silver. But in this case, it was fake silver. So I took a little scraping somewhere on the edge here. I don't know where. Oh, right there. You can see it. You can see that copper. Actually, I brought the jeweler's loupe to get a better look at this. But I basically put this on one of my sharpening stones. Took off just a little bit of metal. All right, there we go. Hard to keep this in focus or in view, but you can see I scraped the edge. This edge here looks like it's silver, but as we turn it, where you see the scraping is, that is copper. All right, so let me zoom in. Maybe it'll focus like this a little better. Come on, focus. There we go. Yeah, you can clearly see that right there. So yeah, I just threw it on the little sharpening stone there for a second, and who knows, maybe it is real silver, plate, but who cares, right? But as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, that's just a piece of copper. So it is a fake piece of Tiffany's jewelry, but it's also fake silver, so it's not even real silver. So just wanted to make this video just kind of like heads up. I told the person about it, and of course, they had no idea at all, which I totally believe. And this was a bonus too. It's not like it was even part of the trade, it's just something they threw in there. Which was very nice because they did think that it was genuine. But yeah, you gotta watch out and see, when you're buying stuff. I mean, a lot of times on eBay, because people ask me, where do you buy silver? And I buy silver all over the place. Now, if I want to buy like a decent sized piece of silver or gold or something, I would definitely go to a dealer. If I wanted to get like 10-ounce bar or 50-ounce or 100-ounce kilo, anything like that, I would definitely go through one of the reputable dealers online, APMEX, JM Bullion. You guys know I've always liked Scottsdale Silver as well as Monarch Precious Metals. So those are the 4 kind of go-tos for precious metals online. But I have gotten little bits of silver off of eBay before, mostly silver coins though, not actual just bullion. Because of stuff like this, and specifically I've never purchased jewelry for an investment purpose. You know what I'm saying? I don't personally wear a lot of jewelry at all, and my wife, she has, you know, a couple nice little pieces here and there, but nothing like, you know, crazy expensive. She happens to like silver like I do, so it's not like she has like, you know, gold earrings or gold necklaces and stuff. But yeah, I mean, as far as jewelry goes, precious metals, you really have to watch. There's just so many fake pieces out there, so much money involved in the counterfeit market, especially something like Tiffany's. You know what I mean? It's a huge name brand, it's very expensive pieces. This little piece of copper, who knows what this cost to make? You know, 20 cents, 30 cents maybe. Who knows what it originally sold for? Maybe they put it on eBay for 50 bucks, 100 bucks. I have no idea. The actual piece here, probably, if it was Tiffany's, the real one, it's discontinued now, but new, I don't know, $300-400. Not because that's how much the silver's worth, it's just because it's a Tiffany's piece. You know, that name brings a huge surcharge. You know, you're buying that name and you're buying the quality and the specific artist, that design and the popularity and that whole thing that comes with that, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to share that with you guys. If you are actively buying junk silver, what I mean by junk silver is jewelry mostly. Of course, some people consider the coins junk silver and stuff. I wouldn't worry about counterfeit American silver coins. Like, I don't really know of anyone counterfeiting, like, you know, pre-64 quarters and dimes and stuff. I don't think it's very lucrative. I think what happens is people definitely, you know, get bars of like tungsten for gold, you know, and they'll plate it in real gold, you know, because that's worth your time. You know what I'm saying? You can go through that process, but who knows? They counterfeit everything. The knife scene is pretty crazy. There's some counterfeit knives that are so close that, you know, I would miss them. And I have once before. You know, I did a video once on a Spyderco PM2, and it was a counterfeit, and I didn't even notice it. It was just, it came in a trade, or no, actually I think someone sent it without a note. That's what it was. I did a video on it. I said, you know, someone sent me this knife. It's very generous, the whole thing. But because there was no note, I didn't have any, you know, inclination that it was counterfeit. I wouldn't think it was counterfeit. I thought someone just sent a nice gift. But it turned out to be a counterfeit. But that's probably why they sent it to me. They just didn't add a note. They probably wanted me to make a video on it being fake. But anyway, long story short, just keep your eyes peeled with everything. Knives, you know, jewelry, silver, gold, all that kind of stuff. Everything is going up. The prices of everything's going up. And when society's struggling, the scam artists really just, they swoop in. And that's where they thrive the best. Not only are they looking to make the most money, but they're making a lot of money when people are desperate. And right now, because the price of silver has been what I consider high for a while, and gold's been high, and of course platinum and palladium are crazy. You know, palladium is so crazy, that's why people are stealing the catalytic converters. You know, they're literally selling them. They're chopping them off cars at dealerships. They're chopping them off cars at people's driveway, and they're just selling them to go through that process to melt it down and get the precious metals out of there. Which is not easy, by the way. I don't think like some random guy who's cutting off a car is actually extracting the metals. I think they're just selling it to someone who's doing it in bulk. You know what I mean? Getting, you know, 50, 100 different cats and going through that process to make it worthwhile for themselves. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Just keep an eye out. I mean, everyone always knows that anything can be counterfeited, anything can be faked. But you're not always aware of it. You know what I mean? It's not something I'm constantly aware of or thinking about. And this is one particular example where I just so happened to come across the idea that it may be a fake, then looked into it. Now, of course, like, you know, this could have been real silver. Let's say it was real silver. I still would have known that it was a fake Tiffany's piece. Some people ask, how do you know if something's real silver or gold? Well, there's really two ways to go about it. The first way, the easiest way, is to get an acid test kit. They're relatively cheap. The problem is that some of those test kits, the acid actually goes bad. It weakens with time. So like if you go on eBay and you buy a $20 acid test kit, it might not even work very well because the acid might be really old. So that's kind of hit and miss a little bit, but you can go through that process. You scratch a little bit of the metal off onto, you know, a stone, and then you put the acid across and it changes a certain color or let you know the purity. That's, you know, that's a scientific test. It's an actual test to see. What the best thing you could do is they have a machine, but most people will never own one unless you're a jeweler or something, because it's like $2,000. And it's actually a laser machine that can read the purity of different types of materials and metals specifically. So that's what like professionals will use. If you have a jewelry shop, or like if you are a pawn shop, those people probably invest in those machines because they use them constantly. That is awesome. That's where you can just put a piece on top and run a laser test through it. And it's like, yeah, that's pure silver, or nope, that's 40% silver or gold, or whatever the case is. Very, very cool stuff. I really, really wish I had one of those machines to show you and to personally use, because it's really fascinating, but I don't think I'm in a position to spend $2 on something like that. But they are pretty cool. They're very, very cool. So anyway, that's all. Just keep your eyes peeled. You know, use your wits. Be weary of people, especially good deals. Man, when you see a really good deal that's too good to be true, walk away. It's probably too good to be true. You got to see those red flags, you know what I'm saying? If silver is at $27 an ounce, and let's say silver eagles, even used and beat up and old, let's say they're consistently going for 40 bucks on eBay, and then you happen to see one that's selling for 10 bucks. I mean, come on. Now, you know, actual bids and selling are two different things. Something you can have something worth, you know, $50,000 that's bidding for $5,000 because it's not actually being sold yet. That's an exception there, because it's not really the price is being sold. But I'm just talking about like buy it now stuff and things like that, where that's the end price. You have to see those red flags. I get it with knives constantly. Hey, I saw this knife online and it's really cool and there's a really good deal, and I'm like, okay, what knife? And they show it to me. Okay, yeah, that's usually a $230 knife, and that website sells it for 60 bucks. Nope, that's probably not real. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have to look at it. I don't have to look at the hardware and the pictures or anything like that. It's just stay away. Stay away from those crazy good deals, because they're crazy good for the sellers. That is all. Okay? Use some common sense. Use some logic. If something's ridiculously cheap, either the person has no idea what they're selling, or you have no idea what they're selling you. So it's one of those things. Anyway, that's all for now, guys. I've babbled on too much. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Again, let me know if you're buying some precious metals. You know, sometimes people, they get into this kind of stuff and they have no one to share it with. You know what I mean? No one cares. They tell their family, like, oh, great, whatever. Whatever, Dad. Whatever, Grandpa. Whatever, Mom, you know. And, but I care. I care about that stuff. That's why I make these videos. I share my hobbies with you guys, and I'm interested in all these things, and this is where you share it, you know, with like-minded people. So post your comments down below. If you want to brag about some precious metals you got, that's cool. Just don't say where you live. Don't be a target, obviously. But feel free. Tell everyone about your riches and your spoils. Like I said, it really is treasure. It was treasure back when there was pirates, and even though there's no pirates right now, well, there's definitely pirates, but they don't look the same. They don't float around on boats. They float around on the internet, and they want to steal your stuff, including all your money from scams. So be careful of that. And I'm talking about the person who made this, obviously not the person who I traded with, which I am very happy with the trade, and so is he. So I will probably do some more trading in the future, because he gets random knives sometimes as payments for his gunsmithing, which I think is pretty cool. But anyway, so that's it for now. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video. Take it easy.